didn't even mean to press go live. Oh my god. I needed these last couple minutes, but it's all good. I'm live tonight. It's Saturday. Let me see. Just hold for one moment. Okay. Let's move this light a little bit. Better light. Alright, here we go. Even better. Let's make sure. That. Alright, well, let's make sure everything is set up. My shades on that I had on while I was out. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't that ready, but now I'm ready. Okay. Topic for discussion tonight. Why are so many men, certain particular men, so comfortable being cornballs? Like, just corny, fucking corny. Like, I just went out with my homegirl. We had such a great time. And what I realized was that, like, it's really some of the most attractive men that are corny to fuck. I don't even know, like, corny to fuck. They're like, y'all be so cute, and then you just be so corny. I don't know. So I just went to Ode to Babel with my girlfriend, and she's fabulous. I haven't seen her in weeks since I've been, in Africa, and it's good to see her now that I'm back because I really do enjoy her company. It's definitely nice knowing, like, my girlfriend's there and she's super chill and stuff like that. So I definitely enjoy that. I have my mom's earrings on tonight, so all is well. 1 second. Like I said, I wasn't really prepared to do this live. I just kind of jumped on with my thoughts tonight. Just because I was like, you mean to tell me this is what we're going to deal with for the rest of our lives, just cornballs? Like, I don't know. It's so crazy because coming back from being in Nigeria for a month, just the way that men communicate there versus how they communicate here, when I say, and not to say that any one of them is better, but in terms of my own preference, I prefer a man that's very serious. Like, a man that's always joking and doing corny shit, like trying to line you up with people in the mall. Like, trying to point out people for you in the mall or trying to point out people for you to speak with in the mall. Like, that is cornball shit. Like, that's one of the things that happened on this tour. Like, I felt like this man was so corny. And I just hate to say it, but It was just too corny. I don't know. I'm not that type. I'm from New York, so I don't like cornball ass niggas. I don't like it at all. I like men who are dead ass serious, you know? And so I guess even going to Ota Babel tonight and dealing with that man, like he was just so handsome, and then he started to speak, and then I could understand why barely anyone was talking to him because everything he said was just so cheesy and corny, and he asked so many questions, and it was like. Then I said to him, "Let me just ask you one really quick question, and I'll know if I want to deal with you or not. What do you do for a living?" And he said he was a physical therapist, and I said, "Well, thank you. It's been nice to meet you." Like, really? I mean, if you're the kind of man who's gonna sit there and talk my ear off and then tell me you're a physical therapist, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, what am I supposed to really do with that? Like, dead ass. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I'm supposed to just sit there and be like, oh, he's a physical therapist. Maybe he can stretch my legs out and give me a massage. Like, that's nice. Um, I mean, I stayed in an Airbnb and literally I stayed there for about a week and the gentleman got me a massage. Like, I stayed there and then I missed my flight and he knew I was so stressed out and he had seen a picture of me and he decided, you know what, I'm going to get her a massage. So he literally had the people pull up and get me whatever I wanted on the menu. And I ordered like a reflexology massage and a deep tissue massage. And the girl was so good. And like, it wasn't even that expensive, but just, it was a gesture. He didn't have to come and give it to me though. He didn't have to be like, ooh, I love women and I love to give massages. Like, let me be a cornball and try to put my hands on you. No, he sent the masseuse and he sent the people and they gave me a massage like a real man would. I don't know. There's so many it's so funny coming back to the States and just because when I was in Nigeria, I literally went out all the time. And if I wasn't out with my homegirl, I was out with some dude. And what I found was that men are way more deliberate. They know what they want, and so they go after what they want. I feel like out here, men don't necessarily know what they want. They just know that they want to shoot the shits. Like, it's a New York thing. I really don't think it's an America thing. I think it's a New York thing where men and women, we like to like shoot the shit with each other and just talk shit. And he says something, then you say something back. And to me, that's so tiring. It's just too tiring. Like, I'm not interested in going back and forth with you on this banter. Like, those days are over. I don't care. Like, you asking me all these questions, and I know you're just asking them just to ask them, and that you don't give a fuck about them. And even if you did, now is not the time to ask all these questions. Like, lay the pipe, and then maybe ask questions after. Like, like after you bust it down, like maybe you can ask me some questions because I feel like all those questions he was asking me, well, it didn't change anything. All it did was make him seem less attractive, like just stupid shit that I felt like the music was playing. You're talking over my song. You see me over here dancing and trying to have a good time. You're talking over the music. No one cares what you're talking about. And somehow you just think to keep going. And then at a certain point, I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, yo, this is so corny. This guy is. And it's like his feelings got more and more hurt as we kept trying to like brush him off because he was really very attractive. Like I would say, I would give him, if we were giving men letter grades, I would give him an A. He was good looking. But what I will say is like, if you're a good looking man and all you do is just make jokes all the time, it leads me to believe that maybe you started off a 400-pound man and you lost weight. Like, are you not comfortable with yourself? Because literally, like, he just came off as someone who was just so oddly insecure, like, just asking so many questions and looking for all these answers. And I thought to myself, like, is this really happening? This fine ass man is asking all these questions and like I just didn't get it. I don't understand how good looking men become cornballs. Like someone explain that shit to me. Explain to me how a 6'6" damn near like he was taller than my fiance. My fiance was 6'4". Explain to me how a 6'6" brown skin. Like, he wasn't even too dark. He was like brown and beautiful, like myself. And he literally just, he was so fine, but he just kept asking questions and kept making corny jokes and kept going back and forth with the banter. And I was like, yo, this is not sexy at all. It is not sexy, sir, for me to be sitting there trying to dance with my homegirl and for you to be interrupting every hot moment with a question about something that doesn't matter. No one cares. Like, let me ask you a question. What do you do for a living? And I'll know if I want to fuck with you or not. I know that sounds fucked up, but it does. It's true. It's like physical therapy. There's nothing wrong with you being a physical therapist, except I know that you're not a real physical therapist. I know that you work at a gym somewhere. Like, stop it. I mean, the man was outside of the bar with a six-pack as if he couldn't go in the bar and buy something. And I'm sure it had everything to do with not having a COVID vaccine card, which we all have by now. So go get one. And then it's like, I just don't understand why he wouldn't just leave us alone. Like, it took so much effort to get him to just go away. And I thought to myself, like, all of this effort for what? All of this effort just so you could make this an awkward moment. Like, you feel bad about yourself. I feel bad about making you feel bad because this should have never happened like this. And honestly, you just couldn't take a hint. Like, we were trying to be nice to the man. We were trying to give him nice vibes, and he literally just. And it's like, even my homegirl was like, look, there's a reason why he, like, nobody's really speaking to him like that. Like, you know, he's kind of dry and, like, he's still, and, like, yeah, he's attractive, but he is corny. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but corny, it, like, negates your attractiveness. Like, I wish that certain men understood that, like, corny makes them, like, a man can be built, he could have a football player's body, but if he is a cornball, if he could have a basketball player's body, but if he's a fucking cornball, he could have a model's face, but if he's a cornball, like, I prefer a man that's less corny and less attractive. Like, he don't even have to be all that good looking. I like a sexy ass man who is handsome and is not corny, like, serious. Like, look me straight in my eye and dead ass, give me every word and let me hear everything you have to say and just let me hear it. Like, I don't need any questions asked. I just want to hear you speak. I'm not the kind of woman who likes to go back and forth with a masculine man. I think if a man is masculine, he doesn't defer to laughter and kiki and jokes to make a woman interested in him. And if a man is truly confident, he's not going to shoot the shit with you and go back and forth with you on some banter. It was like one of the worst moments because I knew he kind of really liked me because he kept trying to find me. And then also at the end, we were across the street. He kind of walked by and was like, Sistren, it's like, or Empress or whatever he said. And I thought that was so funny. Like, you really, I don't want your feelings to be hurt. You're a good looking man, but at the same time, I wouldn't fuck with you. Because good looking is not really the most important thing for a man. It's like there's a certain level of bravado, machismo, that we are looking for out of our men. That, like, if you come off like a frat boy, you lose points. We are 15 to 20 years out of college, some of us. And if you're really coming to me with that frat boy mentality, that and the blue juice that you drink, that's no one gives a fuck about it. We're too grown. It's like, stop. It's like, yo, you so corny that my fucking cheeks are hurting. Because I'm cheesing so hard. I can't even help myself because you were so corny. But, like, I'm not cheesing in a good way. I'm cheesing in a, like, nigga, get away from me way. Like, I wish you would just stop talking to me way. And it's not even his fault. Like, damn, he was fine. Like, some of y'all be talking about how you can't never get no fine-ass niggas to approach you. And then it's like, I feel like I get a lot of attractive men approaching me, but so many of them are just cheesy. And I always end up with a man who is not even he's like, you'd be surprised the type of man that I like. It's really all in the personality. It's really all in the swag, and it's really all in not even just the swag, but like I love an intelligent man who can teach me something. Like if I gotta teach you everything, I don't need you. But I like a man who knows a lot more than me and can talk to me in a certain way. And I also like a man that I can respect, and I also like a man that I can respect, and a man that I could really indulge in his every word, kind of thing. And to be honest with you, that's just not what I get out here. I get a lot of, I get a lot of like corny men. And I tell you, these men are just so, I don't understand. It's like a waste of handsome. It's like, yeah, your parents did the right thing breeding with each other, but like nobody ever. Where was your older brother to kick your ass a little bit, teach you how to be a man? You can tell when a man has brothers because he has a very masculine frame. Like, yo, his brothers, he probably fought with his brothers, rumbled with his brothers. They think a certain way. They get bitches together, and they just think differently. So they come off so much more masculine than like a man who's like an only child or raised with his big sis or whatever, his sister. Because I could tell this man was raised with sis or something. Like, he just had a way of trying to like. I guess that was his way of breaking the ice with me, but like he lost so many points. And then after the corniness, he doubled down with questions. Where are you from? This, that. It's like, how many things do I have to tell you before I just tell you I'm not interested? And then at a certain point, I stopped answering his questions, and then he tried to like stand in front of me, and I was like, oh, so you're gonna stand in front of me and block everyone else's view of me? And every time I moved to the side, he would stand in front of me like it was some kind of like child's play game. Nigga, I'm in my 30s. Get out my fucking way. Are you stupid? That's literally how I felt. I was like, this man is really dumb, and he doesn't understand how high school this shit looks. We are grown ass people. Get out my way, please. Like, you dancing around in front of me because what? Because I told you I'm not. I can't make this shit up. Like, yo, this town is full of weirdos now. Like a man like 10 years ago, a man like that would never behave like that. He just behaved like a whole bitch, and I was just like, so you mean to tell me if I were to get involved with this man, this is what I'd have to fuck every night? A man who pretty much is laughing and giggling the whole time and saying corny phrases and like, shut up. I don't know. I guess maybe because I am a little bit of a mean person, I kind of like that too. I kind of like a man who like just pull your hair, like, like, yo, I was in Nigeria, nigga grabbed my braids. I was like, yes, I love this man. I love this man. No, but like, really, I don't, and it's so crazy because I was just complaining in Nigeria about how all the men work, and then I met my match. No lie. I literally did. And then I realized like, it's not really even where you're at. It's really just everywhere is just a variety of people. Everywhere has everything. And it's like, if you think there wasn't a corny Nigerian, there definitely was. Um, there was definitely a corny Nigerian. Yeah, I've met a few corny Jamaicans. I've met a few corny Trinidadians. And you know what corny is? It's like if you're laughing harder than I am, it's corny. And corny doesn't moisten anything for me. In fact, it dry up. I don't like that. I like a man who's a little forceful. I like a man who's deliberate and honest and dead ass and straight to the point. Um, as far as like making jokes and just the stupid shit he was asking, like Once I told him I was from where I was from, and then he kept going on and on about the place and making stupid jokes about the place that I haven't heard in 15 years, and then asking this question and that question about my background and all these stupid fucking questions. And all I needed to know was what he did for a living to dismiss him or not. I'm sorry, personal trainer or whatever, physical therapist, whatever the fuck you are. You were better off. You were better off not speaking to me because I'm not the make me laugh type of woman. I'm the make me think kind of woman. Like, crack the door open with some knowledge. Put me onto something that I didn't know before. Don't just question where I'm from and question my background and then make a joke of it. What a fucking loser. Anyway, that was just my little rant about corny niggas. Corny men. I have to curse less. I'm back in New York, so potty mouth on 100. But that's just my thing about corny men. It's like, corny men, they can never win. They could be the most attractive, and they can never win because it's like a corny man is just never gonna know what to do. Like, does a corny man know, like, even how to handle a woman? Like, there's a certain level of bravado that comes from a masculine man that just knows how to, like when I say this man came into the club and, like, just grabbed me and was like, you. And you know what? That hasn't happened to me in a long time, and I love that. I like it when a man knows what he wants. And he just kind of, like, came up to me, grabbed me, and was like, you're mine tonight. And it was like, yes, I am. And there were so many other conversations that were had after that, but I knew that I liked him because he saw what he wanted and went after it. Unlike this man who clearly wanted something, but rather than get to the point, he stalled, delayed, and made jokes about the borough I was from. What a cornball. Guys, don't be corny. You'll never get anywhere. Like, you'll never have a family. You'll never have a woman trust you. Like, women might think it's cute for a minute if she really liked you or knew you or something, but she's not really dying for a cornball. She's not really, like, I'm not saying a man has to be a thug at all, because we don't like those either. I'm saying that a man should be serious. Like, when I'm with him, I want him to be mostly serious. Like, let me do something corny and crack his smile. Like, let me do something funny and make him laugh. Let me say something outlandish and get him out of his element. But he shouldn't be cheesing more than me. No. No. How could I lean on that man? That's soft. I need a man who's my rock. Thank you. Hey there. Thank you so much. I need a man who is my rock. And no, I'm not abroad. But I am moving as I want to and continuing to move as I want to. People ask too many questions. Just enjoy. It doesn't even matter where I'm at. Technology places me right in front of you, so I could be on the other side of the earth. Does it matter? Just no. See, I'm getting to a point in life where I don't need many explanations anymore. Maybe I'm jaded, but I don't need many explanations. I just kind of need to know, like, do I have what it takes to be the mother of your children? And if so, let's get busy. Like, I don't have time for anything else. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. I really just don't have time to go back and forth about a borough that no one gives a fuck about, that nobody lives in, about a country and a city that no one cares about because I'm always up and out this bitch. Like, who cares? Who cares? Do you want a family or do you already have 5 baby mothers? Because, you know, these men out here. See, one thing out here is that most of the men are not tied to any legacy because they don't even know their great grandfather's name. So to be real with you, They don't think about their lineage. They don't think about legacy. All they think about is living paycheck to paycheck. So at the end of the day, a lot of them are not able to even fathom the kinds of things I'm looking for my son. I'm looking for my son to have a long lineage, one where he could say great grandpa, great 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 grandpa, great 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 grandpa, and granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? I want that for my son, and it won't happen here because a lot of men haven't done the work to figure out even who they are, let alone what family they come from. I mean, that would be some high level advanced shit. I think even the majority of our diaspora people don't even know exactly what family they came from. And it is such a disappointment because it's like, what does my family have to look forward to? Whose last name am I getting? I want someone's last name that matters. I want a last name that matters. You should have 100K subscribers easily. Keep pushing. You're so right. The men don't care, and then it's all on the women to be responsible for the kids, not to mention the narcissist abuse. Well, I'm not even talking about that part, girl, because that's a whole different situation. What I'm talking about is the fact that the men in our community, young Black African American men, do not know their lineage. I mean, when I was in Nigeria, everybody knows where they came from. They know who their great and great and great 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 grandfathers are. And I know slavery happened, but it's over now. So what I'm going to need people to do is I'm going to need them to search for their history and connect to it and stop looking for the white man to give you answers that you were never supposed to have, according to his book. He doesn't want you to know who you are. So get on a plane and go figure it out. Go get your DNA tested and figure out who the fuck you are and fit in. Get in and fit in. Unless you want to fit into this watered down society that pushes you further and further to becoming a white man and diluting your lineage and your genes and breeding yourself out. If that's what you would prefer to do, then do that. But if you're looking for a woman like me, I'm looking for a man with a very African last name, preferably from my tribe, Alsa Fulani. Seriously, if he's not, like, literally, this man that I met, he's half Hausa, and like, to me, that is big. That is big because I know that my lineage, my blood is connected to his. I know that his family is everything that he said it was, and I trust him. They want our history to be tied to poverty and wickedness. It's an agenda to keep our community from growing. Oh yeah, it's an agenda to keep our community from growing, but ask yourself if it's a new agenda, because it's not. I mean, there are so many ways now that people, sorry guys, there are so many ways that, I know you guys like these. There are so many ways that they try to get our community, and one of the main ways is by, you know, consistently dangling that over our heads like you don't know who you are. But honestly, it's too easy to find out now. Now that I know what tribe I am, and I know where my family came through, I do, because my family is mostly in Louisiana, and then my dad is Jamaican. And honestly, they're of the same tribe, my mother and my father. And that was one of the reasons why she chose him. I always used to ask her, why did she choose this dark ass Jamaican to have a baby with? She chose him because he looked like her. That's what she said. Because he looked like me, and I liked him. Like, they looked like they could have been from the same place, and she liked him. It was very instinctual, and seriously, that's really what she said. So to be honest with you, it's like, yo, he had another family, sure, but like, I come out with some of the best genes, and more beautiful than all his other children. And quite frankly, just so happy to know where I'm from, down to the state in Nigeria that I'm from, and just so happy to go to Nigeria and see that my genes were appreciated. I mean, like, I got there and there was no shortage of "you're so beautiful." There was no shortage of taking me out. There was no shortage of. I had such a good time once I got to Lagos. I had such a good time. When I say, like, my genes are well appreciated there, like, I don't have any difficulties. Seriously. And I know that there's a huge issue that people have been talking about with colorism, but I think that that's kind of an old issue because we're in a time right now where if you all haven't paid attention, chocolate and beautiful dark skinned women are in, and we're going to be in for a while. So, to be honest with you, now is not the time. I see men that would normally date what they would normally date coming my way because they know what time it is. They finally want to come back to the genes that made them. So let them pick amongst the best. Let them get the best, but don't be corny because that won't work. I was just about to say those sandals are so cute. Nigeria is such a beautiful place, and they lie about the people. They are not miserable, and they are living very. Oh yeah, they're living very nicely. I mean, I was in very nice places everywhere I went. Everywhere I went, and when I stayed over boy's house, it was immaculate. It was a beautiful flat. It was furniture tasteful, everything clean, and that was just a small sliver of everything else that his family has. So I feel like I am blessed. I'm like, yo, I just really like this man, and I feel like let me just do right by him. And he asked me a lot of questions too, but when he asked them, it's like he asked them at the right time, and he got some answers, and even some of them were hard for me to give, but I gave them because I respected him. He showed me a lot of respect. Whereas man tonight at Ode to Babel, he was asking questions for the purpose of being disrespectful. And then when he thought I wasn't going to catch it, and I did, he tried to double down on more questions and make jokes. And I thought, what a cornball. And I had to dismiss him like the cornball he was. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm not going to be on here long. This was really just a think piece. I really didn't come on here to do too much back and forth, but I will say share, like, comment, subscribe. A Black Beauty is out.